Hello, hello. This is my Pikmin 3 Deluxe All Fruits tutorial. To start off, prerequisites. In your controls, you're going to want mini radar display to be on, and these are preference, but I highly recommend that you go with fixed north. What this is going to do is every time you go here, it's going to be standardized what direction you need to input, so that way, you do a section, you know exactly where you need to input instead of looking at the map and then realizing where you need to go. So again, preference, but I highly recommend you go with fixed north. As far as gyro goes, on and pointer is going to be the optimal controls. This is mostly non-negotiable, but I guess you could technically do the run with stick controls, but you will have limited success. As far as the game itself goes, the Switch 2 with the digital game, with the game data saved internally and not on an SD card, is going to be the optimal way. And as far as language goes, you're going to want to come down here into System, and then, oh I know, wrong spot, Language, and you would go with this one right here. Should be Simplified Chinese. With that in mind, I guess the other thing you need to do is you need to play through the game at least once, and that's going to eliminate 6 text boxes, but if you're watching a speedrun tutorial, I'm assuming you play the game once. With that out of the way, it's going to be played on normal, and it's going to be ideally done in 10 days, but let's get started. So to start off, if you already know any percent, then I can safely say you can skip to day 2. The only thing that's different is the last set of mushrooms is going to be, you need to destroy all of them, but even if you don't, it's like a second. So, but if you already know any percent, you can skip to day 2. It's exactly the same. For everyone else, you would skip through that and mash B to close the text box, and then you're just gonna run over to the Pikmin. Skip the cutscene. Coming out of this cutscene, you're gonna mash R and B. What that's gonna do is it's gonna center it right here, and then immediately whistle them. And then coming out of here, you just want to throw the Pikmin over to the right side. And then you just want to aim for the top of the mushrooms, get it through, whistle these guys, and then you just throw at the one on the left, and then you want to throw and destroy that one as well, but if you don't, no big deal. And then you just walk to the end. Day 1 is honestly pretty straightforward, so just make sure you have general idea of what you're doing, but you don't need to sit here and practice it for an hour. It's really not necessary. Again, just progress to the onion. Coming out of this cutscene, again, mash R and hold down, so that way you can immediately whistle these guys, and you will need to press CR to lock on. So a general thing that I usually do coming out of every cutscene is I usually always press R so my cursor is centered, so that way I know exactly where my cursor is going to be for things that are coming up next. So again, you'll see it here. I press R and I immediately know where I'm aiming at. So you're going to turn the camera and just charge that, whistle, and you're going to dismiss this guy. So what I just did right there was a whistle, dismiss, cancel. So if you dismiss, there's usually a little idle animation. But if you press whistle immediately, then it cancels it. So it's very helpful throughout the runs. That's just a bit of tech, but it's not required. So this section is pretty straightforward. You just push them to the best of your ability, and when they reach the end, you just whistle them and throw them back on. So to the best of my ability, I'm just going to push these guys to speed it up a little bit more. And if I do it perfectly, the group of 3 will catch up with the 1, but if not, it's not the end of the world. And then you want to try and push the 1 in the back. And then, right before they're about to finish the bridge pieces, you want to just hold whistle at where the bridge pieces originally were, and that's going to put all the Pikmin back in your squad. Like that. Just hold down left stick to make it move faster, and then with the right stick, just hold down to zoom it out so you can get there faster. It's coming out of here. 1, 2, 1. And then if you want, you can try and kill some shear grubs, but honestly, it's not really that important. It is at the higher level, but if you're just starting out, this is one of the last things you want to worry about. So you can try and kill 1 or 2, but if not, just put it on the 5 pellet. And then you just want to come back. And I'll show off the dismiss cancel in a sec. But you're going to come in, and then we're going to do what's called a pluck cancel. So normally when you pluck, it's a pretty long animation, but you can cancel it just by pressing B, which speeds it up drastically. So instead of waiting, I can just stand over and press B. And here's dismiss cancel again. Normally I can't move until that whole thing's over. If I whistle right after I do it, I can move instantly. So if the shear grubs are killed, you'll know how to do that. But if not, I would just recommend killing all these guys before going forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, charge. Again, day 1 is really straightforward. You don't need to be practicing this for hours and hours. Just get it once or twice. Rest of practice will just come from runs. So you're just going to wait for all 4, and then put them there. So this next thing I'm going to do is seed manip. Basically, I'm just timing when 2 things come into the onion to make it spit out faster. So what I'm going to do is wait till it gets kind of close, and then I'm going to just charge them. I might have messed it up. Okay, I didn't. But notice how it spit out some of the seeds from the 5 pellet before it even got observed. If you time it correctly, you can basically just get seeds spit out earlier. It's not game breaking, but it will, in general, save time if you do it. So once you pluck everybody, just gonna head over here. I'd like to throw this box till around like 15 or so, and then I just charge it. And that's really it for day 1. You just kind of run to the end. Only noteworthy thing is you do want to turn the camera here a bit to avoid a text box, but it's half a second, so who cares? Yeah, that's it. For all juice cutscenes, you just want to press start at the start, or press plus like right when it starts, and that's how you speed through them. And then mashing is just spam A and B. And then the save prompt. Usually after you press A here, when it fades to black, that's usually when we split, but again, it's up to you how you want to split. Make sure you press plus after that. Skip it, zooming into the ship. And again, press plus here. So start of day 2 is pretty complicated. There's a lot of objectives we need to do. And I'm going to show it in slow motion first, and then I'm going to kind of speed through it. Call out our Pikmin. Go 1, 8, 5 remaining, which should be 7. Come down here, whistle, get as far as you can into this corner, lock onto that and charge. Whistle these guys and the one underneath the onion, so you should have 6. 3, or kill that guy first. 1 on the bridge, 1 on each pellet, and 3 on the billboard. Come back, put these guys on the billboard. Speed these guys up. And then you're going to put 7 on that bridge. And then as they come in, you're going to repluck them and put them on the wall as you get them. Then you're going to, there's a lot of ways you can do nectar, but I think the easiest way is just to throw all 16 reds, charge this guy, then get the 1 pellet, and then if the butterfly is there, you get the butterfly. And then if this is slow, you can try and speed it up, but it's not really useful. So if your Pikmin gets stuck like this at any point in the run, all you have to do is dismiss, and you get them back. Then you're going to go 1, 1. If the wall is broken, whistle, and if not, no big deal. Charge this guy, and then you're going to charge it again. You'll have 16 at this point. A lot of the modern runs have 12 because they do a slightly faster strat. But it really honestly doesn't matter for that upcoming section. If you do find that it's difficult, you can easily just throw 4 more on the billboard. But here's what it should look like in fast motion. So 1, 8, 5, 7. I come over here, I whistle these guys. I didn't go all the way in the corner, but you should. I charge him. I whistled at 6. I kill the guy. 1, 1, 1, 3. I come back. I speed up the billboard. I get this guy back. I speed up the pellets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice. As these come in, I put them on the wall when I'm available to. Come to the wall. I throw all 16 to nectar. The bridge, I get the 1, and then I get the butterfly if he was still alive. If not, you ignore him and you just move on. Then my Pikmin gets stuck, so I dismiss. I go 1, 1, charge this guy, and then I charge him again. So that's what it should look like in full speed. That is one of the most complicated sections in the game, so hopefully you practice it, because you need to. So this guy has a lot of patterns, but basically, if he looks like he's about to move, just go and stand under him. But usually you can just throw at him. So if he's about to move like that, so I just go under him, so he doesn't. But just throw at him and he'll usually die like 95% of the time. I throw only 5, so there's no possible way it can go to reds. And then I just pluck these guys. So I'm going to charge this wall. I'm going to throw 3 on here. Now this next section is pretty tight because you're essentially going to like start the Brittany wall, go and run do something else, and get teleported back once you finished. If you're finding that you can't make it, what I recommend is just breaking the Brittany wall and then going to do it and then walking back yourself. That is honestly the best way to do it if you're like really, really slow. But what I'm going to show you is generally pretty makeable. So hopefully you can. And hopefully I do. So I don't just like curse myself. So that's done. You're going to charge the eggs with that. Get nectared. Throw 6. And then walk all the way over here. And throw 4. And hopefully you've done it fast enough. I would say if you can't make it with 5, that's when I would just break the wall first and then go over. But you should be able to do 6. If that's a little tight, try 5. If you can't do it with 5, just break the wall entirely and then go over. On this, just throw Brittany in 5. Switch to Brittany. Get the lemon. And then just stack your remaining Pikmin. Oh, that's swag strat, you don't gotta do that. Throw Alf at the left side of the onion. Charge, and then go and help Alf pluck with whatever he missed. Okay, so there are a lot of ways to do with the blowhog strat. So we're going to be swimming across to get to the other side of that instead of just throwing over. And we're also going to be collecting 2 blowhogs during the boss fight. If you're really, really, really struggling with getting the blowhogs back, I recommend that you just do the very old strat and just throw across, because that will be the only way to fully guarantee that you can kill the blowhogs. But if you have success with killing and collecting blowhogs without doing the old strat, then this is the strat that I'm about to show you. So I recommend you try this out. If the blowhogs aren't coming back, then go and watch a really old run and use that strategy instead. But if you can't get it to work, use this strat. So I'm going to throw 3 over there, and hopefully it hits the blowhog, but you're not aiming for the blowhog, you're aiming for the egg. And then I'm going to throw Alf in the water and switch to him. This cutscene is very important. If you do not activate that cutscene, the run dies. But all you have to do is walk far enough in there to activate that cutscene, and then that's when you can whistle Brittany. This is very easy to do, you just need to make sure you have that cutscene up. So you basically just do what I just did. Throw 3. Hopefully they're flowers. If you move forward and do it, you'll guarantee it's flowers, but even if it's leaves, it's not the end of the world. You're going to throw 4 rocks, and you're going to charge your rocks on that. Then you're going to come over here, throw the rocks at the eggs on the left, throw 10 reds at the nectar over there. If you knew you threw a few flowers, you can throw a little bit more, but 10 is the safest bet. You're going to run forward into the nectar, come back, and then charge onto the remaining nectar, to nectar the remaining guys. Then you're just going to whistle everybody and throw the 4 rocks at the crystal and charge the wall. Then switch to Alf. So it was nice that he did destroy it, mostly kill the blowhog, but the strat would be the same. What I'm about to do for the second blowhog would be the same for both. So because he's low HP, I can just throw on him and it's no big deal. But you would throw 1, and then when he shakes, you throw 5. And that's the safest way to guarantee that you have both. So you should have 12 Pikmin total for the whole thing. You would just do what I did to the second blowhog for both blowhogs, and that's the best way to guarantee it. But obviously they killed the first blowhog, so I didn't have to for the first blowhog. And then you want to go here back to the onion. So coming out of this fight, you're going to want to go to his left side, turn your camera, and you're going to aim for that tail. Just throw your rocks at that tail. And he's going to probably run around wherever. He might run further than he's about to. And you're just going to chase him. When he gets on the wall, you're going to charge reds at his tail, and you're going to let them sit for around little under 2 seconds, and then you're going to call them off. So, 1, 2. Call them off, and then you can reapply if you want, but you don't have to. And then ideally, he should have basically no HP and has not shaken once he kind of leaves. And then you just wait for him to come back down, and then you finish him off. So I got kind of a pretty unlucky pattern. But yeah, he's dead. So coming out of this, select rocks, dismiss. Select reds, dismiss, dismiss. And then you would whistle the reds if they're not there. And then come out of this loading zone. If you're actually on the Switch 1 version, you don't have to come out for the go here. This is the only spot in the game. I think it saves time, but if you're on Switch 2, you do need to come out, and you need to go here. Oh, we need to wait a sec. But then you need to go here back. So it's going to lock on to the first one. Press CR a second time to get to the far one, and then charge. 5. Bait this guy. Charge. Come over here. Make sure the radar sees the end of that area, because there's going to be berries there and they're going to come back. While you're waiting, you can switch to Brittany and get these guys. The sending section's pretty easy, so you don't need a nectar the second set. Come put these on the wall. If you have time, you can speed this up a little bit, but it's not required. Once you break the wall, walk in, so that way you can go in here, immediately switch to Brittany, and call off everybody, and end day. And hopefully, you'll have no deaths. Nice. So day 3 is the main out of bounds day in the run. So it is highly critical that you practice it. I'm going to show the route with 25 yellows. You only need 20. So if you do want to be a little bit more riskier, you can go with 20, but 25 is still fine if you're just starting out, and it will make the trick easier. So again, making sure to skip through that opening text. Will be a lot faster if you don't play on English, so be ready for that. Text boxes, it's like 4 less on Simplified Chinese. So coming out of here, head to the Yellow Onion. For 20 Pikmin route, just watch the record, but I'm going to show 25. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Take 5, 5. And then 5. And then now your job is to speed everything up. Oops. You can't do speed up there, I just didn't do it. I just wanted to show it off earlier, but again, completely optional. But it is technically faster. Push the iron ball and escape. Okay, so here is a pretty major out of bounds that I highly recommend you practice, because stuff does go wrong, and this is the one that you kind of need to go perfect. It's not like, okay, I can try again. You really can't try this one again. So make sure you have this one on lock. So you're going to throw all of your yellows up here. You're going to run up this wall just by going left and up. It's pretty easy. So you just kind of, if you'd like this camera angle better, you kind of, I don't like it, but you just like run up this little slope here. You go left a little bit and then up there. So one more time. Left and then up the route. So around here, you're going to want to stand. You don't have to be on this route. I don't know why I did that, but you want to throw the yellows over the invisible wall. There is a route right here. You kind of want to go to the edge of it. And then, can I get back? I'll just go all the way around. Oh, I can't get back. Kind of want to go to the edge of where you're out of bounds, and then just run over it and immediately go up. Now there's a clip you've got to do here. You want to hold down and right a little bit till Brittany's like in, and then you can go through. So once again, whole process, to the edge, up and over, go to this corner, down and right, wait till Brittany's through, and I'm in. Then you're gonna go all the way around this pillar. And you want to kind of align yourself around here. You can try and use the middle of this twigs as a visual. And then you want to get here until you see, slowly inch your way forward until you're able to see that arrow above the iron ball. And the reason we have 25 is there's a bunch of invisible walls surrounding this. If you miss one, runs dies, but you have 5 wiggle rooms. So get it in place, test with one, and if it makes it, then you can start to throw the rest. But if you miss, reposition, try again. You have 4 more tries with 25. So coming out of that, I'm actually going to get rid of the 5 extras because it is kind of annoying. The route would be the same if you kept the 25, just 5 extras, but to make my life easier, I'm going to get rid of the 5 extras. 1 on the cherry, avoid the data file. 5 on that. If the whip tongue eats your Pikmin, throw yellows at his eyes. If he actually kills them, there's backups with candy pop buds, but ideally you shouldn't kill them. Get these guys. Actually did this in the wrong order, believe it or not. But right after that, I'll just show the entire day again. I messed up. But right after that iron ball, you should have switched to Alf. I forgot to, because I was explaining it. But it's okay. I'll show the entire day again, be out of bounds, so hopefully there's a second take that makes a little bit more sense. And this time I'll do it with 20. And hopefully get it. So I'm going to go seed manip here. But pause that. So it comes in right at the perfect time. So it spits them out earlier before the 5 pellet even gets in. So I can walk faster. Swag strat, not necessary and has a risk of killing Pikmin, but it's there. So 20 up the wall, align yourself up and through up. So go up and then right, oop, up and right, throw over the wall, go down to the bottom, up and over, line yourself in the corner, down and right, but mostly down. Brittany's in. Come all the way around here, behind the trees. Line yourself in the center of those 2 twigs. Inch forward. Got the arrow. And then you just throw. And then you would switch to Alf at this point. So, it's okay that I messed up. I get to mess up. But you would come to Alf, you'd call all your Pikmin, you'd put 1 red on that dirt mound, charge everybody else here, and stand on the very left of this bridge. Switch to Brittany, 1 on the cherry. If you really want, you can just wait for the whip tongue to move, which which I'll do so I can show you if he's in the way. It's technically possible to do it with him in the way, but if you're scared, just wait for him to move. Whistle the guys. Put 9 on the electric gate. Stand in this corner. Now what I'm going to do is pretty hard. You're going to switch to Alf, and then you're going to immediately switch back and get the whistle all your Pikmin and go through the loading zone. But it's very tight because 1, you have to move fast. 2, you have to whistle fast because the camera changes rapidly. So I'll show it what it should look like, and you'd whistle right there. Whistle. Whistle. So once you got that down, you go Alf, right here, switch, whistle. And you should have 89. I'm just going to come over here and activate the light. Throw out the middle crystal. And hopefully you destroyed all these mushrooms on day 1. If not, you lose a second. Boo-hoo. Rocks on this guy. Red's on the dirt mound. Yellow's on the electricity. Nectar. That is why you did not need a nectar the remaining 5. Okay, so coming into this fight, you're going to want to immediately charge the wire once he looks at you. So you go to the right, he's going to be asleep, wait for him to wake up. Once he looks at you and appears, this is when you charge. So coming out of this cutscene, you're going to be standing right in front of him, and he's going to be flapping his wings. He's going to flap his left wing first, and then his right one, like immediately after, in a 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 kind of phase. After the 2, you would charge. So it'd be 1-2 charge, 1-2 charge, 1-2 charge. So you'll see. So he goes there. 1-2. Charge. 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 You want to time it right there, so that way you get the maximum. So you're going to want to zoom in your radar. How do I zoom in? So you see that little line there. When his body kind of crosses it, that's when you're going to want to activate the light. So before he gets there, I'm going to throw 9 on the wire there. When he kind of gets in the center of it, that's when I'll throw the 10th one. So it's a pretty hard visual cue, but if you can see it, that's the way I do it. Hopefully that's the best way I can describe it. Okay, well, I was really slow because I did all that. But if you were fast enough, that would have happened. So it's okay, I'll show the 3rd back up. So you could activate the light now, but I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to wait for the cutscene. And just activate the 3rd light. So 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 charge. So ideally you 2-cycle them, but there is a backup 3rd light. These guys might be an issue. So they normally wouldn't be here, but because I messed up, I think they are here. Can I get them all? There's one more over here. might be an issue when you come back, but I don't think it will be, but just in case it is, I'll play it safe. So coming out of this, you're gonna basically whistle all your Pikmin pretty quickly. You're gonna whistle the one guy down here, and pretty quickly switch to Alf, and whistle the gate, and then whistle the cherry. Now, if you're fast, the cherry might be around where the gate is, but more than likely than not, it's gonna be at the end of the bridge. And hopefully you saved everyone. So again, practice day 3 a lot. Really, really critical that you do, because if you screw up, it's kind of run dead instead of time loss. And it's pretty hard, so make sure you got that day unlocked. Sorry, I was looking at my phone, that's why I didn't mash. So out of that, just mash B and plus to skip the captain intermission and land. So if you have the extra yellows, this is why I said it might be a headache. Because you're going to have 25 instead of 20, but you only want the 20. So you're going to have extra menuing here. That's why I say get rid of them. But if you do have them, this is the menuing you have to deal with. And it sucks. But it should be 66, 14, 20. So throw either captain there. And then you go other captain. Keeping 58 reds. All yellows. And 2 rocks. 2 yellows, everybody. And then you're going to want to come and do that clip. So for this clip, there's kind of a spot after this initial rock that you can kind of nudge yourself into here. Change the camera a little bit, and I kind of aim for right here. I got it first try. Nice, that never happens. But sort of, it is definitely the hardest one in the run. But after every clip, you will need to readjust yourself. So yeah, aim. I swear, they change the spot every time, but aim generally where this root is, and this grass right here. I can't really describe it. It's definitely more of a feel thing, but you will want to aim around this top area. It's definitely just a feel thing. But again, after every adjustment, you will want to readjust, try the camera, but next time I get it, I'll keep it. Okay. Once he's in, dismiss, and come back here. Make sure to not load the camera, because that's when that guy is going to wake up and start attacking you. So as long as you don't look at him, he's not going to attack your Pikmin. Whistle, lock on charge, and then come back to make sure you don't leave any stragglers. If you're finding that he just kills all your Pikmin every run, you can rearrange the order of what I just did and just kill him instantly. I don't recommend it, but it is something you can do. So once he's dead, Charge with rocks. 10, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, dismiss, and then get out of the way. So you're gonna go to Alf, come here, or whistle, and then go here. And then you switch to Brittany. You charge the yellows on this. Oh, shoot. And you go two rocks, 2 reds. So you would charge this. And another long whistle here. As you're going away, you're going to whistle this group right here. You should have 52. That is not a should have 52, it's a must have 52. Because if you have any less than 52, then this is going to suck. So, there is a multitasking mirror slug strat, but I'm going to show probably the easiest version of it that has basically no way you can fail it. But yeah, so you start the fight. Go here, whistle these guys, come here, whistle these guys, and go here. That's all you're gonna do. And then kind of right before he appears is when you want to charge. And the second your Pikmin lock on, that's when you want to switch. So you switch to Brittany here. You're going to come down here. And you can be kind of more careless on this first attack, because his second attack doesn't kill Pikmin. So you have more wiggle room. So you're just going to walk. That's all you're doing. Just walking. And throw a rock on that, and then switch back. Whistle, everybody. And then charge. You've got about 10 seconds before you need to switch back. So, we use this 10 seconds a lot differently. But what I can recommend is get the bomb, 3 in this, and then charge. If you want to call it there, I won't blame you. But if you want to push it further, you can throw the 2 on this. If you want to call it there, I don't blame you. You can throw the 5 on this. You can't actually call it here, because after that initial bit, you're going for the full strat if you don't call it there. But this is the full strat. You kill that guy. The full strat at this point would be to walk back to save the time, but if I'm feeling scared, I can do a go here there. So again, if you want to call it off early, you can do that, but that is the full strat. You whistle everybody, and then charge right before he appears, and then he dies. And it's very important that you do this fight deathless, because 52 is the exact amount you're going to need for all of these. This has got to be the slowest route in the game, right? So once you do that, go here back to the onion, switch back. So I had a red get stuck here. I'll go back and get him. You don't need to do this. It's probably better to just leave them. So you're gonna go all but 2. Your rocks in this little crevice right here. A red on each blowhog. Get that guy down. Bomb this lemon and make sure you look at it. Make sure you see it come out of the ground. If you bombed with the red, put the red back up here. If you didn't, then just keep them. But I'll pretend it was red and throw them up there. Two up there. Now this is a swag strat I'm going to go for, but if you can't get it to work, just wait. I'm going to throw at this guy, and then I'm immediately charge the gate. So throw to his left and charge. If you can't get it to work, just bomb him and then do it. This is optional, but I actually throw at the mushrooms in the way to save time, but it's optional. And right before you drop in, you whistle the rocks. Now, ideally, you should be able to just immediately attack them, but if not, just whistle your rocks and then attack them. If you react fast enough, you can immediately kill them. Now, there's 3 bombs in here, which is what you want the 3 Pikmin for. It's, from here, it's the second one, 2 over, and then 3 over. And then you want to try and get 2, I don't know how that ended up there, but you want to get 2 on this raspberry. Now we're going to kill the crab here. If you don't kill the crab, you can back it up by just killing him normally. But the way you do it, you throw Pikmin to lure him, whistle to shore, and just throw the 3. Hopefully it kills him. It didn't. But if it did kill him, that'd be nice, but it didn't. So that's okay. So there is a long whistle here that I'm going to show. If you can't get the long whistle to work, just go here back. So you want to stand more or less around here. Switch to Alf, get all this Pikmin. Aim around here. Get the long whistle. Oh, wrong button. And then go here. If you didn't get the long whistle to work, just have Charlie go here around here and then pick him up around there. So once you activate BLL, his 4 legs are going to come down. He's going to take a step with his front right one first, and you're going to aim that exactly where it lands. So activate BLL, front right leg. Oh no, sorry, no, you just place it where it lands, because that's the last one. And then you just wait and bomb each leg. Oh, I messed this one up. This one was too fast. That's why you need to wait. And then once you have his stuff down, you can attack him. So that was a really bad BLO. I'll just watch the record. But the basic gist is you attack his first leg immediately. If you can't get that to work, watch his front left leg. After the first step, throw at that base and just circle around him and bomb each leg one at a time. Once he's down, attack him and kill him. And make sure you whistle all of the Pikmin after you kill him. So at this point, you'd be here. You throw up the ledge, the other captain, rocks, switch. Get that guy moving. Stand in the middle, dismiss with reds, and then just keep spamming dismiss. What the heck? That's glitched. Nice. And then you'd stop him around there. Let's see if I can get this guy moving. Okay. That's really weird. Yeah, you stop them around here. You whistle here to save anybody, and then they should have around, at most, 10 deaths. Any more than 10, I get a little concerned, but 10 is fine. And I didn't really talk that much about fruit cutscenes, because I kind of ignore them. The one I do suggest you do is I would make sure that the entire watermelon gets in. Because that one is pretty significant. that could easily be a minute if you don't get the entire watermelon in. Okay, so day 5. It's a pretty interesting day. It's not the hardest, but does have its quirks. So you're gonna call until you have 83 Pikmin in the field. Any more than 83, just kill a few reds if you're over. Any less, and I would actually go back and call some. But you should be at 83. Both captains here. And then activate that cutscene. Now ideally the water dumper wouldn't be in the way, but you're going to lodge yourself up here and kind of aim for that wing sprout. So again, same idea. After every adjustment, or after every attempt, you gotta readjust by rerunning it in the corner and just aim for that wing sprout and hopefully you get it. So once you get the captain through, switch to this captain. What the heck just happened? Hold on. I'm gonna restart that day. I don't know what just happened. So this is optional, but I like to switch to Charlie at the start of the day because there is a clip later where you have to be Charlie, so I find it getting it out of the way to be easier, but it's optional. So I aim at the root, I dismiss, I whistle just Alf. I guess I somehow whistled Charlie, so that's unfortunate. 1, 1, 2, 3. You should just have a rock land on it. If you whistle them off like that, no big deal. Put 1 on there, 3 to the side, 1 on this one. So depending on how you play this, your lily pad cycles might be a little screwed up. In this case it is, so I'm just gonna wait a minute, it's no big deal. Go 8 on this berry, switch. You've got about 5 seconds you can do stuff. So you'll have the 2 from the 1 pellet earlier. You're gonna put those on the spider, and you should have the other one back from the second 1 pellet that you put on the root. You'll put that on the other root that I'm looking at right there. And the spider should come in instantly, and you can get the 1, 2, go here back. If you're finding that a little bit tricky, just switch back earlier, but that is the full optimal strat to do before you switch back. I'm gonna go 9 on this, and then just bully the skin with rocks, and then throw the rest of your yellows up there. Once you're back, charge that. Why did they do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 there as well. 1, 2. Make sure to collect the rocks. And you can just lock on and charge this guy. 3. ABC. Switch back. Then just let it collect. And then once you're on the lily pad, wait till you're on the lily pad to whistle those guys. If you do it before, it's going to screw everything up. So just wait till you're on the lily pad, then you can whistle them. And then now you just gotta wait. If you look at world records, cycles are a lot faster, but since it should be showing, cycles are cooked. But watch the record for a better idea of what the lily pad cycles would look like. It's just going to be very weird because I don't know how fast you're going to play. And make sure you whistle those wings back once they get in. So once you're here, you put 10 on that, throw a yellow up on this ledge, bomb here, throw around like 5 or so rocks, throw your captains too, and then dismiss with yellows. Then you would throw your yellows up here, and then kill this if you haven't, and then you're going to do this next clip. So there's multiple ways to do this clip. Jay does something here. I think he's an idiot, but I don't actually... Oh, look at that, I got it. But that is a strat you can do. The strat I find the easiest is to go in this little strat, this little crevice here, walk forward, and aim for the back of this pellet. I have the wrong camera angle. Aim for the back, dismiss, dismiss. Once you get both through, go over here. And then you put Brittany through. Okay, so I lied earlier, and you actually do need to throw 10. So just pretend I threw 10 rocks. I forgot. And then you would have the 10 rocks, and you'd have the 10 yellows. I didn't show you how to do that clip, I'm an idiot. We should re-show that clip. But you would go here, up here after that. But I'll show the clip again because I didn't show the final step. You go here, aim for the back of this, dismiss, dismiss, stand around in the center of this, aim it so you're around where it like goes down and then levels out, around where it levels out, and have half your cursor up on the root and half on the grass, and then that works for me. And then I'll pretend, come over here, that, and put it on the gate. But obviously I can't, so I'll just pretend like I did. Switch to Brittany, come to the right side of this, whistle, and then whistle Alf. Believe it or not, that was the easy part. So you can go Alf on the data file. Not required, but I like to. Makes it easier, and just get him out the way. You can reorganize Pikmin order if you want, doesn't matter. So you just kill as many maestros as you can. You want to get around 15, or maybe it's 18, it's one of the two numbers. That'll trigger faster cycle, but if you don't, you just lose time. And then once you're through there, Spicy, and charge him with wings. If you're fast enough, you can get him easily, but if you don't, just recharge him. Then go to the other side of the arena. Oh, I didn't. That's not enough? Okay, that was really stupid. And then once he's done, like with that phase, you're gonna want to switch the other captain to bait him. You just once the Scornets form like a solid line, that's when you want to charge. You're a little off. Wait, what? I've never seen that before. What on earth? That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. But he should have. I don't know why he's alive right now. But he should have died. Okay, I promise. Everything's gotten shit in this tutorial, but I promise you he would have died. But now he's dead. So you're gonna go 8 on Louis. You can do more, but I'm just gonna say 8 to make it easier. Charge the Scornet. And all your wings on the papaya. Exit the room. And just pick anywhere to go here. It's gonna leave you at the same spot. Go through here. That's why you need 10 to push the bag. I forgot about that. Get this, and then if you want, get the pellet. And then go here up to the gate. If you have time, throw Alf and Reds over. If you don't, no big deal. This clip is Louis clip, and it's very, very, very finicky. So you're going to struggle, and you're going to be crying, and you're going to be upset at Louis. But the basic idea is you need to clip him through an invisible wall. They're right before, like, that green area is sort of when I whistle him, and I'm going to start throwing rocks on his right side. There is really no exact tutorial for this, but this is kind of what I do. It's very finicky, and there's no exact way, but I'll show you what I mean. So right before the green, I whistle off, and I throw to his right side, and I try and push to the left while continually reapplying. And then once they get here, I'm actually going to call them off to make it easier. Okay, so that wasn't horrible. So right after that, I'm going to go here over here with Alf, or fix a carry if I need to. And then this one's actually a lot easier. You just kind of repeatedly dismiss the wings over and over, and eventually they will get through. So this one's actually pretty easy. And once they get through, you can charge them. There is an off chance that, I can whistle off there, it's fine. There is an off chance that it does end up here. If it ends up here, you're going to stand around here and repeatedly dismiss and try and push it back into this waypoint. There's probably a VOD of it somewhere, but if it ends up going this way, just stand here and just keep dismissing under it, and it'll go that way eventually. So this is what you need the yellow for. You put them up there, you run a little bit up this route right here, you whistle, and you charge the pair. And you make sure he grabs the pair. Then with Charlie, come here, whistle those guys. Then with Brittany, you clean house, whistle everybody here, and then you end the day. And because I was slow, I have a billion spices. but you realistically shouldn't have this many. You should have around 2 or 3, I think. Maybe 4 if you're slow. Now, from this point forward, every day is kind of going to be a collection day. So now it's just, this is where the real fruit collection begins. The other thing you want to do is you want to make sure you have at least 100 non-wing Pikmin. And that's because we're about to duplicate Pikmin. So this is a soft lock here, by the way, so just make sure that the text is complete, the black is completely gone, and you're in that before you hit plus. So you go 7 and 13, and you're going to go here to the end of the bridge. Here, just call out all your reds, and then all your rocks, and then yellows if you have to. Put away 22. And then reopen the menu immediately. Put away 22 again. And then keep 17 rocks, and then 13. So in total, you should have 57 wings, 17 rocks, 7 reds with Brittany, and 13 yellows with Brittany, for a total of 94 Pikmin. Also, if you want, we're going to be growing a few wing Pikmin in this level. If you find that you're struggling with that, you can just put away more and dupe them here and skip the growth. But that is a suggestion, but it's not very hard, so I suggest you don't. So once they come out, you whistle, and then you charge this. Kill the mini Bulborb on the right, and then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to go here onto the bridge, so that way you're out of harm's way. I like to just throw Charlie, make Charlie go get the blue Pikmin. Put the blue on the 1 pellet, charge everybody, optional charge, swag. Then we got another clip, come to this up and right, kind of aim. I don't really know how to describe it for like this kind of part of the rock. And come through, go here. If you can kind of see where the sprout is, you want to go here onto the sprout. Go Brittany, you go 1, you go 2, and throw the yellow. Oh, I threw one too many. That's fine. No, it's not. Well, you'd throw 4 over the thing. I threw 5 by mistake. So I'm just gonna go back and get a yellow. I gotta kill a red though. That's fine. So you would throw 4 and whistle it back to you, and then you would go here to there, but I threw 5 by mistake. You would switch to Alf and have the 3 and just go here over there. Go to Charlie, walk up around this metal pipe, go Alf, kill that guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Brittany. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I don't have 5. And then go here. Align yourself kind of little bit right before this. If you think about it, a line that goes right here, stand a little bit like right in front of it. You go Charlie, and then as you cross this, you're kind of gonna want to whistle. So now, and it should work. Now throw your 12 rocks at this. And charge that. And then you want to go back to the blue onion. This is why I said putting it on fixed north is very helpful, because it makes every single go here the same direction every time. But here is the Quagmire clocks. So you're going to go a little left and spice immediately and charge this guy. Now you do not need to do anything at this point. You're going to get your rock Pikmin back, and the wing Pikmin are more than likely just going to do nothing else at this point. So I don't press anything, I get rocks, and the wings are fine. And then I just attack it. Just coming out of this, wait for the stomp, charge to the right. There is a fast strat. This is actually really hard, so I'm not going to do it. So stand around, wait for him to attack, spicy. He's going to shove his tongue around you. When he's like almost done with it, that's when you charge. It's like now. It's pretty easy. But basically when he's almost done with it, that's when you charge, and it should one-cycle him. If you're a little slow, you can whistle off and recharge once he shakes, but that is generally how you do it. Select wings, charge in the center of it, should get both. Stand in front of him. If he attacks, if he has wing Pikmin, you want to keep your rocks so that way if he eats wing Pikmin before he swallows them, you can attack his claw and you'll save them. And if you don't have spicy at this point, I guess you probably want to have spicy in a minute, because this next spicy is kind of tricky if you do it there. But you can just kill him without a spicy, and then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on this guy. Just throw Alf here to keep the rocks in. Spicy now. Throw about 10 or so. I don't know why I'm actually going to do this. Yeah, don't just wait for him to die after you've charged that with your 3 remaining. Just go 3. If he does get stuck behind this, just keep whistling it off until it gets through. And then you go 1, 2, 3. And then you would go here, over here at this point. Go 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can do that during the boss, but then if you're slow, they'll start grabbing the boss and cause all sorts of issues, so I recommend just doing it after. So you call the 5 rocks over there, wait until the blues come back, and then you throw Alf in there. Just throw everybody at that crystal, rocks first. And then you come back and get Alf, and then you go here back. Go 3 on that. You throw 8 onto this little ledge here. Dismiss once it gets out of the water. And charge. Now, if you're fast, this won't be here, but you want to take around 10 or 11 and go over here, and then switch to Alf. Call out 10 reds. That is why it's important that you drown everybody. And then hopefully this blowhog will be away from that. If he is in the way, you just still same strategy, but you're finding that they're always grabbing the blowhog and not the fruit. You can just kill the blowhog. Once you do that, go here back. Switch to Brittany. Go here, there. And then they usually won't jump Charlie, but they did for some reason. Wollywogs can't kill winged Pikmin, so it's no big deal. Stand kind of like right here. Actually, no, this is the easier strategy. Stand in the middle and just spam charge. Get these guys. Once it's like down, throw the 5 yellows. That's why you need 5 here. Stand like right here, charge, dismiss, go here back. Switch to Alf. You should only have 32, so I'm just gonna throw that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you put the 2 reds on that. And then you wouldn't have that yellow, so I'm gonna get rid of them. Charge that. As he pops up, charge. Or spicy, then charge, pops up. Throw the Pikmin on whichever one that's less. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of each. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Push the grapes with that. Now you go to Brittany. Collect the strawberry. Go to Charlie. Have 14 at most wings with you. And then you would get this. Oh, I have too many reds. But you should have no more than 15, or no more than 14 grounded or winged carriers on that for optimal efficiency. And then now you kind of just speed everything up, and then you need to whistle the grapes back. The ending is pretty straightforward, but basically just speed everything up, whistle all the Pikmin, including the grapes, and that should be it. Day 6 is probably the most complicated collection day, so I recommend you practice it a lot, because a lot can go wrong on that day. So key days I would practice is day 3, day 6, very start of day 2, a little bit day 4, and then a little bit of day 5, but mainly 6 and 3 are the 2 main practice days, in my opinion. Be an extra cutscene there, or extra text box. Everyone else is chill. So you can just mash through that one. That one you can't soft lock, I don't think. Maybe you can, but the risk. Okay, so you're then going to do the next 3 revisit days. It's going to go Tropical Wilds, Twilight River, Distant Tundra. If you're struggling to remember where each one is, after Garden of Hope, it's just basically like a clock. So day 6 is at the bottom of the clock, and then you got 7, which is right there. You got 8, which is kind of there, and then the Tundra looks like a Tundra. But it's basically like a clock. You're going clockwise. It's a circle. So we'll go to Tropical Wilds. So you split up. You go 13. Go here a little bit in front of that guy. Get 10 reds. 18 blues. And whatever else you got in wings. If you're a little short, let's say you got 15, you can substitute. And I'll show you where the substitute would be. But if you are short of 59 wings, it's kind of little wonky, but you could make it work. So spicy immediately. 2 blues on that. 10 reds there. Charge this guy. Go here. And then go here to right around here. So that way you make sure that Alf doesn't walk this way, but walks away from all the bolt orbs. Grab a bomb with wing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Charlie that way. Blue is there. If you're short a little bit on blues, you just use wings here instead of blues. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'm gonna go here directly underneath that fruit. Whistle through. Put 1 wing on this, and then 5 on this. And then you can go here whenever. Then you're going to stand underneath this and just throw. And then get. Now, there is a very, very, very small chance that this gets stopped. But I want to say 95% of the time it'll get through. If you're really, really, really worried about it, you can use wings instead, but then it could just get stuck here instead. So you can look at old strats to see what we did, but this fruit is just finicky in general. I am confident that this 13 red strat is going to be better. So switch, charge this guy, whistle, charge the middle, 5 of each, 5. And then ideally, this crab would be dead, but I didn't kill him. So here's what you're gonna do. Spicy. Come over here. Oh. Well, okay, that wasn't intentional. All you would do is just wait for him to attack, and then you dismiss on him. But, I guess... Thank you, Ollywog. But yeah, same strategy did with the other crab, just without rocks, so it's a little harder. Just wait for him to attack, and then you dismiss, and it kills him instantly. But I got lucky. But again, in the first place, it should have been dead from the bombs. So. Charlie at this point. Now, if you're fast, you should be able to whistle off the kiwis, because you need 5 blues. I was not, So I'm just gonna do that to get the 5 blues you need. But if you are fast, just whistle off the kiwi. Watch Jay's run or my run to see what that looks like. Go to Brittany. Go 8 or 10, and then 8. Switch back. Take the left route. Try and avoid these guys if possible. Throw. Dismiss. And then you're good. Go to Alf. And this is where cleanup would begin. Now you would go to all these wing carriers and switch them out for reds. Now, if you're fast, they'll be all the way back here. But because I was not, they'll be right there. And I'm actually going to redo this day to show you what it looks like. Then you would take just your wings, come over here, and charge that guy. You just come back and you just kind of speed everything up. That was like the worst thing I could have done, but oh well. Then everything's back. If you're short on blues, throw some blues. You need 22. And then make sure you whistle these grapes. Everybody's in, so I'm going to end the day. But I'm going to re-show you what it should look like, because what I said was probably pretty confusing. Rain, yay! So 13. I'd go here right in front of them. 10. 18. 59. Here, spicy, 2. List off that, go here, there, make sure it's safe. Bomb. On each. Go here directly under. Get those guys. One. Can't do that, but it's riskier. Immediately charge. This guy's alive, so yay, I get to show him. Whistle the 5 off the kiwi. Ten and 8. Pittsburgh Steelers. Just kidding. Bomb this guy. Dismiss. Get the guys back. Should have 15 out of 14. I'm suck. I grow. Actually, I'm gonna kill these guys because they can be a hassle. Go to this corner. Charge. Beat that guy up. Speed it up this way by just doing this. And then I whistle all my guys back. So that's what it should look like in full speed, and then I'm gonna pluck these guys. That's what it should look like in full speed. Hopefully my tutorial kind of made sense of showing you what you needed to do and then what it should have looked like. So yours will probably be a little bit in the mix of that, where you might have to backtrack a little to get your blues and not chase down the wings as far, but it should look something between the first and second trial. Day 7 is something that you don't need to practice a whole lot, but it's definitely not an easy day by stretch. This next day, day 8, though, is probably the easiest day in the run outside of day 1. So, again, make sure you practice it. It is a fruit collection day. Make sure you don't forget anything. But once you get the hang of it, you'll realize that this day is a straight line. Luigi Circuit. Alright, day 8, go Twilight River. So we go 11 wings. 32, 10, 22 remaining. The reason I say do it like that is you might not have 22 blues. Nothing changes, it's just slower. Six, 5, 5, and then all but 8 on this guy. 3, or 4 if you want, and then 3. The 4th bomb isn't necessary, but so I use 3. So I keep it as backup, but you can do 4. 1 on either side, charge in the middle. If you only get 2, 1 should kill it like 99% of the time, but there was one time it didn't, so now I always use 3. Just charge that with wings. Come here. Spicy beforehand. And then right when he gets up, just attack his head with reds, and then hopefully you one cycle. If you don't, no big deal. Just get him, gets up. Charge with reds, and then throw down to 10. Now this is the only challenging part in the entire day. Throw up this ledge, and then you stand about in the middle of this, and then you aim right there. That's kind of hard. If this dude is facing this, he could be an issue, but since he's not, I'm just going to throw at this corner. And then I'm going to go here back. Then I'm going to switch to Charlie. Destroy this. Stand behind it, whistle these guys, dismiss, and dismiss the second time. Now you can sit here and fiddle around and try and get a perfect load on these guys for about like 10 seconds or so before it becomes not worth it. But yeah, I usually give myself twice, and then after that it's like, okay, who cares? But try and get a perfect load. If you get 9, it's not the end of the world. If you throw behind that and just throw in front, it's really easy. If you don't like it, just wait. Now you're here. Should have the 5 blues from earlier. If you aim directly, like, slightly short of them, that's the easiest way to one-shot. But if not, just keep spamming these till they die. Have exactly 20 for this. Put them on that. I throw early because that means the first grape gets in early, which speeds it up, but not necessary. And then just whistle everybody, make sure everything's coming in, and then make sure you get your grapes before they go back. And that's the entire day. It is really that easy. This is so straightforward. But make sure you practice it a couple times. But again, this is the easy one. This Tundra, however, is really hard. So this one, day 6, Garden of Hope, and day 3, Distant Tundra, is where I would put all the practice into. Those day 9, day 6, day 3, easily the 3 most important days of the run. So this is Distant Tundra. This is a really hard day. I'm not gonna lie. So, again, split 13, 12, not yellows, 15, 15. One wing up here. Destroy that. Destroy that. Then this. And then charge this guy. Switch. All wings. Go here. Make sure that you... Oh, I can't even show it. Oh, yeah, there you go. Make sure you're taking this route, not this route. So go here via that route. Whistle everybody back. Your wings will get caught there. Throw 4 rocks up there. Destroy this. Kill these guys. And then you go 5 reds on this. Throw down to 5 wings. Charge up there. 1, 2, 3. Put them up here. And then charge that. You should have at least 30 Pikmin now by this point. If you don't, it's fine. But then you would go here to that. Throw Charlie across. Whistle. Charge this guy. If the cherry's here, collect it now. It's not, so who cares? 5 on this. $10 on this. Go through here. If the bull bear is a problem, just throw a wing to distract him for a while. But right now he's not. Going to do that. Bomb it. I recommend just throwing to make it way easier. And then once you make it past this guy, you can go here up here. Put your put reds and then 2 rocks. And then just to make sure I have everybody do this. Now these grapes are what makes the day so hard. They're going to run back, and then once they collect, they're gonna come back. Once the first one gets back, you've got about 5, maybe 8 seconds before it gets to where you're standing. After that point, you're not going to be able to get them anymore. So you need to take note of when the first grape comes in, and then you would whistle off, and you need to like keep a note of that and make sure you can get them. So I'll show you what it looks like. For now, just go through there. Get the cherry, whistle this, whistle Brittany, and then throw at the rock. That's optional, but it saves time. I didn't get Brittany. Shoot. What is going on? Okay. So to make this easier, you can move Brittany. But normally it wouldn't be an issue. I don't know what happened there. And I will show this stay again. Let's get Brittany up there. Spicy. Back of this thing. Wait for the first drop. And then 1 leg at a time. So the grapes came in just now, so they're about to be by Alf. I might be a little late, so I'm going to go back now. Yes, okay, so I just got them. See how they're running back? I just barely switched back in time. And I'm going to go back once I have them. I'll go 5. I'll go 1, 1. So it's 6. I'm gonna go down to 1 bomb at this point. Bomb there. Wait a second. Should have 12 left. Or 13, but I'm gonna do 12. And then you go here to right in front of the slide. At this point, you would come with Alf. Come here. Whistle the wings. And kind of aim, like, around here. Like this back-ish corner. The rocks. Once it's destroyed, put the wings on it. Then the blues on the persimmon. Switch back. Charge. Dismiss. Max load. Stand about there and just charge. Go up. And then try and save as many rock lives as you can, but they really... I mean, you need some, but you only need like 10 for the last day. So as long as you have like 10, you're fine. And then just come down here and just speed everything up. So So this day is actually pretty hard, so I will show it again. And especially with the grapes. I messed up the grapes, which kind of sucks. So everything would be in, and you would end the day. So I'll show you one more time at full speed to show you what everything should look like. $13, $12, $15, $15. There. And the dude. Go here, via that direction. 4. Kill those. 5. Put down the 5. Grapes. The strawberry. Throw up the ledge. Charge up the ledge. Go here to that guy. Throw across. Throw 5 instead. But I just charged him. The first one, it's up to you. Whatever works. I have Charlie in there. And I throw, because charging with the fire, the explosion is going to be pretty wonky. And then once I'm past this dude, I'm going to go here over here. And I put 20 on that. Go here, back here. Get my wing back. Whistle Charlie if he's there. Bomb that. Charlie at the ledge. Corner, center, first leg, second leg, third leg, spicy, charge. Keep an eye out for the purple grapes coming in. Once they come in, I know I have 5 seconds or so. Wrong numbers, who cares? Switch them. Okay, I got like 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get this bomb down on the switch. You can play it riskier, but that would be the example strat. Now that I have everything moving, come over here, make sure to whistle my wings. Oop. Kind of back right corner. Charge it once it's down. Get the persimmon. Get rid of the bombs. Load the lemon. Dismiss. Get that guy. Whistle everybody. Try and save everybody because their lives matter. Everybody's already dead. Nice. Speed everything up. whistle everybody for one last measure, see if you can get anybody, and then you end the day. With a little bit of deaths, but who cares? Now, hopefully you should have every fruit. Hopefully, for my sake, I do. Now, when this last fruit happens, it's going to be like you collected every fruit in the game. If you mash this text too quickly, you're going to soft lock. So to avoid it, you can either pause or do what I do, which is mash only with B to 100% avoid it. So, up to you, just be mindful. If you go too quick, you get soft locked, so don't do that. Now from the book, is a bit of a tricky day. So I'm going to show the 4 bomb route, but also keep in mind that there's a 7 bomb route, and there's a no bomb route, and there's also the fling. Now the fling I would 100% not recommend. The 7 bomb route I would kind of recommend, but I would honestly just go with the 4. And if you're not confident with bomb rocks at all, I'd just go no bomb rock. I would just either go 4 or no. Because really, you could just play the 4, just kind of like a no, just with the bonus. So I would just go with the 4. So throw up there, slight time save. Call it everybody, you should have at least 10 rocks and 20 wings. Everything else doesn't matter. Time safe there if you just throw them at the data file, so you don't have to take a slight detour, but if you don't, no big deal. Now, take note of your spray. I have 4, so I can go Hail Mary. If you got only 1, don't do the spray, but if you have sprays to spare, that spray is pretty useful. Now, if you want to watch the fling, watch Jay's run, but what I'm showing you is the 4 bomb route. So you put 7 on this guy. If you're struggling with 7, because the reason you put 7 is that he's going to get stuck if you put more than 7. If he's really, really an issue, put just 5. But you do have to play this section kind of quick, otherwise it just doesn't work. So this charge is actually pretty easy. You just charge up and then just spam charge. And at this point, you can switch to the wings and then throw everybody backwards. Kill this guy. That. Blues and yellows. Both captains. About 5 or so rocks. Red's on this guy. You can take him back if you want. There. Switch to specifically Charlie. Throw across, lock on. Kind of as you're going back. Whistle and get your guys. Now, get rid of whichever you have less of. So for me, yellows. And walk up this ledge just by holding up and left. Pretty easy. and then just throw blues, or whatever Pikmin, up there. You can do it for a while. Once you're up, come up here. If you're really slow, pause right here in front of the mushroom and switch. That's if you're slow. If you're fast, then you can come over here and stand in front of this root and just go left. Just game line to me. Charge around 20 or so reds, or whatever Pikmin you have there. Then once it's up, switch it to blues. Now, you go over the route, and you're going to be escorting Olimar out of bounds. If you get too far away from Olimar, he's going to go back in bounds because he uses waypoints. But if you're close enough, he just goes to your direct location. So you walk faster than Olimar's able to travel, so you need to basically step and pause. So you go step, pause, 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 until you're out of here. Now, out of here, you still want to do it because it is faster than using the waypoints, but at this point, if you mess it up, it doesn't matter. So step, pause, 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 step, whatever. And then when you get out of here, you're going to want to make sure to hug Olimar, because that's going to save like 3 seconds if you do. This way he comes out instantly. Now this fight, you're going to immediately spicy, and you're going to charge him instantly. Start. It is pretty random, so after this point, it's going to look a little different, but this is how you should start every fight. And then if you want, you can hear the counts. Now once he attacks, when he's done attacking, that's when you can throw the bombs. And then immediately whistle off. And then start throwing Pikmin all around everywhere at the dude before anything else. And that's when you can sort of attack him. At this point, you should be able to finish him off. If you don't, just play it normal at this point. But he should be low enough HP where you can finish him off. Keep an eye on, make sure you can utilize rings when he flies up. But yeah. Plasma Wreath is pretty tricky, but if you don't go for the bomb route, you can kind of just kill him normally. But there's not really a whole lot I can do to help you with Plasma. If you have specific questions, I can ask, but it's not like a plug-in formula, You gotta kind of know what you're doing. But anyways, that's my tutorial. I've been meaning to make one for a while, and I got a comment asking me to do one, so I was like, okay, I can make one. But yeah, hopefully this was helpful. Make sure you join Pikmin Speedrunning Discord, and you can ask me, or Jay, or anyone else who runs this game, for help, and we'd be more than happy to help you. So have a great night, and hopefully we get more runners.